Today we are going to fly a new route. For this bush trip we will be flying in Germany. I am very excited to start, so let's go ahead and see what we need to do for this trip. According to this list, our route will take 15 minutes. However, I'm sure it would take at least 30 to 35 minutes. Looks like this bush trip has 11 legs, very interesting. So let's start leg 1 and see what interesting sights are on this trip. Today we will be traveling from the small island of Doon, or what Germany calls Duin, to St. Michaelisdonn. We are departing EDXH code for Heligoland Airport. Then finishing this first leg at EDXM, St. Michaelisdonn Airport. And with that, let's click the Start From button and begin our trip. Here we are, on the runway ready to fly. Visibility is 74.82 nautical miles, that's very good visibility for this type of weather this early in the morning. Winds is 5 kilometers at 24 degrees. Let's hit the Ready to Fly button to continue. Let's go ahead and get the VFR map up and see what we got to do here. Let's read what the first stop say on the navlog for the town of Marne. The navlog reads, after launching from Heligoland Airport, make a sharp turn and head east-southeast for 28 nautical miles, crossing over the Northeast Sea to Trischen, a low uninhabited island in the Bay of Meldorf in northern Germany. Let's read what the next stop says on the navlog for Marne. Continue southeast for just over 13 nautical miles to the town of Marne, which is located just to the north of where the Elbe River meets the North Sea. And the last stop says, turn east-northeast, and in just under 5 nautical miles land at St. Michaelisdonn Airport. Time to start the stopwatch now. Okay, one more look at the VFR map before we continue. One more look at the instrument panel before we take off. Oops, I hit the wrong key on my keyboard. Give me a minute to start the engine again. Let me see now. All I need to do is press the control button and the E button at the same time, and the engine should start. There. Not quite the way you do it in real life, but time is our wasting. Now let's go ahead and put the navlog and the VFR map away for a minute. With no landmarks to guide me, I need to rely on the VOR. So let's set the VOR from Heligoland Airport to Trischen. The island of Trischen is located in Meldorf Bay, about 8.7 miles from the coast of Dithmarschen, in North Germany. It is 7.5 miles from the Trischendam embankment. Friedrichskoog owns the island, which is only occupied from March to October by a bird warden representing NABU. That's short for Nature and Biodiversity Conservation Union. Since I am flying over water and have no landmarks to follow, I need to set the VOR to a heading of about 100 degrees. I am setting the nav frequency to 116.3 dHE, according to the aeronautical map, which should help me stay on the right path to Trischen. According to Sky Vector map, I should set the VOR heading at 105 degrees. Need to change elevation to 3,000 feet. Okay, let's go outside the airplane for a minute. Fuel looks good. Flaps are set at 15 degrees. Okay, let's go. Windsock tells me we are taking off in a crosswind. I'd better compensate for that. We're off the ground. flaps are retracted. Turning left to encounter VOR heading. About 84 degrees heading should do it. Let's go ahead and turn on the automatic pilot. Let's also set the vertical speed indicator to climb to about 1,000 feet per minute. I'm getting close to aligning the green VOR arrow to my preferred path. Time to press the nav button. Okay, the automatic pilot has full control of the airplane's path. The green arrow on the navigation display is now aligned and is following the path. I am still climbing to 3,000 feet. Let's position the drone behind the airplane. So far, so good. Time to check the nav log to see how much time it took to get to this point. Dang it, the airplane did not level off at 3,000 feet. Let's slow the climb by reducing the RPM. Resetting the altitude indicator. I am adjusting the rate of descent to get to 3,000 feet. Oh. What did I drop? I forgot I am an AI voice. I have nothing to drop, even if I wanted to. Okay, we'll be doing a slight right turn soon. Let's set the heading to about 120 degrees. Drat. Still unable to level off at 3,000. Okay, maybe a slow ascent will help get the plane's altitude set correctly. I'm waiting for the plane to get to 3,000 feet. Let's go outside for a minute. Let's descend the drone close to the surface. Close enough, now let's go forward. I better check my altitude. According to the navlog, we will soon be making a new heading to the town of Marne. Setting is still not able to hold at 3,000 feet. Time to again adjust the altitude. Next time I will manually set it to 3,000 feet. That, my friends, is the uninhabited island of Trishan. I am watching the altitude indicator very closely. Let's go outside for a minute. The drone is still very far away from the island. Okay, let's get the drone to speed forward to the island. Better get back to the airplane and check the altitude. I'm going to click the altitude button to stop the plane from descending any further. There. On this island, birds breed and rest on the island of Trishan and in the nearby Wadden Sea. Up to 100,000 birds of certain species, such as the sheldick and the red knot, or dunlin, can be found there. Since 1985, it has been a part of the core zone of the Schleswig-Holstein-Wadden Sea National Park. All right, let's get back to the airplane. Once I pass over the island of Trishan, I will make a heading change of 134 and continue southeast to Marne. Almost to the island of Trishan. The second smaller plane on the Garmin map is not me. I am the larger airplane. Let's see if I can physically view the airplane. Looks like those clouds above are obstructing my view. Ignore the lady on the passenger seat, she is just a passenger and I will possibly use her voice on future videos, ha ha ha. Time to make a heading change now. Let's go outside for a minute. Time to get back in the cockpit and out to the drone. Let's position the drone behind the airplane. One more close look at Trishan Island before we depart from here. We are now heading for Marne. Like I mentioned before, we will continue southeast for just over 13 nautical miles until we reach Marne, which is just north of where the Elbe River meets. As you can see on the Garmin map, Elbe River is just ahead. And Marne should be around here. Let's position the drone behind the airplane again. Now let's go near the surface to see what's out there ahead of us. Making a nice slight heading change to the left. Back out to the drone. Let's zoom in on the Garmin map and take a closer look. Excuse me while I check the Google map off screen. Now let's go forward to over dry land. All right. My drone has made it to land. Now we can see more of the sights here. We're about to fly over Friedrichskoog. Friedrichskoog is a municipality in the Dithmarschen district of Schleswig-Holstein. It is situated on the north bank of the Elbe, close to the mouth of the North Sea, approximately 15 miles southwest of Heide, and about 15 miles northeast of Cuxhaven. Look at all those windmills. Did you know that Germany installed 1,469 windmills with a total capacity of 7,516 megawatt in 2019? Let's make another heading change to the right. Capacity in the North Sea was 6,440 gigawatts, while capacity in the Baltic Sea was 1,076 gigawatts. In all, 25.8 trillion watt-hours of power was generated in offshore wind parks in 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, the city of Marne. A little history fact for you. A battle of the First World War, the First Battle of the Marne took place from 6 to 12 September 1914. It was won by the Allies against the German armies in the West. The Battle of the Frontiers followed the retreat from Mons in August and the pursuit of the Franco-British armies to the eastern outskirts of Paris. The last stop is St. Michaelisdonn. As I read on Navlog, we need to take a right turn and fly just under 5 nautical miles to St. Michaelisdonn Airport. Some more facts about Marne. Do you know why Germany lost the Marne battle? Overextension was probably the major reason for the German defeat. In the rapid advance of the army, their chain of command had been compromised, and Moltke had lost control of the battlefield. A stronger leader may not have been able to control the German generals on the ground because the army became so overextended that it made them vulnerable to a sustained counterattack. In order to exploit the German weakness, Joffre, a French general, used his forces, which contributed to the Allies' victory more than anything else. Say goodbye to the city of Marne. EDXM, on the Garmin map, matches EDXM on the Navlog. We're getting close to the end of this leg of the bush trip. I almost forgot to let you know, the name of the airport is St. Michaelisdonn Airport. I think I already told you that in the beginning of this flight. Let's see if I'm within range from the drone to the airport. Not yet. Let's position my drone behind the airplane and try again. This is the town of Dingerden. A Kirchspielslandgemeinde, or commonly called parish land, in Schleswig-Holstein, Germany, is called Edelac St. Michaelisdonn and is part of the district of Dithmarschen. It was situated approximately 200 meters from the Kiel Canal, located about 15 miles south of Hyde and about 6 miles north of Brunsbüttel. St. Michaelisdonn was the town's seat. It merged with the office of Burg Suderhested in January 2008 to form the office of Burg St. Michaelisdonn. I can see the airport on the Garmin map, but I have yet to find it out there in front of my windshield. Looks like the Garmin map is telling me to make a left turn here. Finally, there it is, St. Michaelisdonn Airport. Let's turn off the automatic pilot and take control of the airplane. Reducing the RPM. Turning off the warning light. Okay, let's turn this baby around. Gear down. Adding 15 degrees of flaps. Adding 15 more degrees of flaps. Full flaps.
500.
Applying throttle, as needed. We are on the ground. Flaps up. Making a U-turn. I see the fuel pump. Might as well stop there. Dang it, it doesn't seem like the successfully completed flag will appear on this leg, but at least I can still proceed to leg 2. Luckily I can get to the next leg by using a special technique on the flight simulator. For more information on that, click the link provided in the description. There are YouTubers out there that can give you good information about fixing that problem. Thank you for flying with me on this bush trip. Please help me by subscribing and liking this video. It's unique because I am using an AI voice rather than a human voice to create this video. It might become a trend. Watch leg 2 of the Germany bush trip and perhaps learn about its culture, history, or geography. See you again soon. Again, thank you for watching, have a great day.